Now, qualified retirement plans, which I refer to as QRPs, include 401ks, 403bs, KEO, simple IRAs, individual retirement plans, most of the federal retirement plans, and even pension plans, though usually we're not worried about the pension plans because if it's a true pension, it ends on death and there's nothing to transfer to someone else. Do not make the trust the owner of qualified retirement plans, as that is an immediately taxable event. That is considered a distribution, and you will have to pay all of the income tax on it immediately. Also, please don't tell your lawyer that you just did that. It gives us a heart attack. It's really very frustrating. Now, qualified retirement plans pass by a completely different set of rules than other assets. They often require completely separate planning. Now, I'm going to start with the simple situation. All the kids are from the marriage. The people have come in, it's their first marriage, all their kids are from this marriage. Typically, you name the spouse as the primary beneficiary. That typically generates the best economic result. The spouse can roll it over. And then for the contingent beneficiaries, you either use a retirement plan with the spouse as beneficiary, the retirement plan, the individual trust shares for each individual beneficiary, or the living trust. Notice, not individuals as contingent beneficiaries. If there is at least one beneficiary from outside the marriage, I'm just going to tell you, this is way more complicated, and it's a lot harder to give you a general set of rules. It's going to be way more fact dependent. Make sure that you have discussed this with your attorney. One question, is the spouse going to be a beneficiary? If so, the spouse can roll it over and then change the beneficiary so that your children never see it. And I've had people tell me my spouse would never do that. Well, they won't while you're alive, but after you're gone, trust me, they will. We've seen it happen over and over and over. Many places require the spouse to sign off if they're not the primary beneficiary. That depends on what kind of plan it is. For example, you have to do that with any federal plan, but you don't have to do it with IRAs. Some institutions require it though, even with IRAs. And it's important that you coordinate the retirement plans with life insurance if possible. So sometimes the spouse might be better off doing that rollover because they can do more with it typically than the kids, but you can give the kids life insurance to make up the value. Or you could do it the other way, give the kids a retirement plan and give the surviving spouse life insurance. But it's important that those be coordinated together if at all possible. The best option for the primary beneficiary is a special retirement plan trust. The primary beneficiary at the highest level and those below that are contingent beneficiaries. So the retirement plan trust with the spouse as a beneficiary of that trust if the spouse is a beneficiary. The retirement plan trust with the individual shares for each beneficiary, and then the living trust. Now, to align these assets with your trust, do not change the ownership of the plan, as that is a significant taxable event. Obtain a change of beneficiary form from the custodian. If it's a first marriage, name the spouse as the primary, then name the appropriate trust as the contingent beneficiary. If it's a second marriage or not married, name your trust as the primary beneficiary. Make a copy of the change of beneficiary forms and keep it in your trust binder.